All right, so you're making 5 loaves of bread.
Mm-hmm.
So you put in what?
I put in, I've written it down, so anyway.
Your whole recipe is written down here?
Yeah, it's written down.
Right here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is for 2 loaves. This is for 6 or 7 loaves. Okay?
So you're doubling the top recipe.
Yeah, well, not quite.
What do you mean? I thought you were making
If
4.
I double that, that'll only be 4 loaves. I'm making 6.
Oh, you're making 6 loaves?
Yeah, making 6 loaves.
Okay.
Okay?
So you just
Well,
did...
5 loaves. 6 or 5, depending
You
on the
just
size.
put in honey.
Yeah, I put in about 3/4 cup of honey. I have about 6 cup of rolled oats here. Now I'm putting
6 cups of rolled oats, and there's liquid.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
liquid?
that's the hot liquid.
Hot what?
Look at it. Look at my recipe.
Okay, so that's the 2.5 cups of hot
yeah, but
milk.
You have to triple it.
Right.
So because I'm making more.
Okay, so 7.5 cups of hot milk.
Yeah.
And then honey.
And molasses. I'm
Honey.
using molasses. I'm using 1/3 cup molasses.
Yeah.
3/4 cup honey.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And then I use usually about a tablespoon of olive oil per loaf of bread, rather than a lot. Some people put three tablespoons, but I'm just doing 1 tablespoon per loaf. So since I'm doing 6 loaves, so I'm just going to measure 6 tablespoons.
Did you already put the yeast in?
No. Yeast doesn't happen right now. You're gonna let that sit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I also later on I put some oil on top. So basically it's about 1.5 tablespoons per loaf of bread. You don't have to go so how to call it. Putting so much oil or fat in it. Even though, like, the regular recipe in a book says put butter or margarine, but you can put butter on your bread. I mean, later. So anyway, the reason I'm doing this hot water or hot milk, I didn't use regular milk. I used like canned evaporated milk, and then
You can look at me.
Evaporated milk, water, and I heat it up in a microwave.
Okay.
Very hot.
I saw that you bought the evaporated milk, so that was...
That's right. 1 can of evaporated milk equals about 2.5 cup of liquid, but then I made it enough liquid. I'd add up more liquid to it.
So you only used one of those cans?
Yeah, I only use 1 can.
And why do you use the evaporated milk? It gives a better flavor?
It's very convenient. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To me, it's very convenient.
So instead of using regular milk?
Yeah, you could use regular milk,
Okay.
Or you can just use water if you didn't have milk.
Okay.
Normally, I have non-fat, non-instant dry milk, which I prefer.
Right.
But I didn't have them today, so I just, a substitute.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to proof the yeast. I have all this hot thing here because the oats need to be softened.
Okay.
And so that's the only way to soften it is put the hot liquid in.
Right.
And then almost all recipe calls for you to warm up the liquid.
Right.
So then the dough will have an easier chance to rise faster.
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to proof the yeast. Some people don't proof the yeast, but I got this terrible habit of proofing the yeast. Okay, because I like my yeast to be proofed. Proof means like you put a tiny little bit of sugar and a little bit of warm liquid, and let the yeast sit somewhere and get bubbled. Okay? But a lot of people said you could just throw it right in there later on when you throw in the flour and everything. But I have I have to wait, for the liquid to cool off a little bit. You know? So I might as well do my yeast. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not hurting me to do the yeast right now, and it's not wasting time. Okay? So anyway. So that's why I do it. But
so how long do the oats have to sit in the...
Well, it had to sit until everything cooled off a little bit. Because you don't want
so it's probably like, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah. You don't want to put the yeast in there with all the hot liquid. Because the yeast doesn't like it to be that hot. Okay? So 20 minutes will cool off, and the oats will be softened. All that, and everything will be together. Once once you do this every week or every month, okay, you will have a much relaxed, I feel very relaxed. But I still look at the recipe so I don't mess up. Okay, so so when I'm doing a 6 loaf, which I'm doing right now, originally I thought I was going to do 4, and so I'm going to look at my a 6 loaf recipe.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to look at. I did a little bit more honey this time.
Okay.
So I reduced the molasses a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so that is just 1 cup any kind of sweetening, full cup basically.
Right.
Because you're dealing with a lot of bread here. So I'm still looking at my. So I needed 5 tablespoons of yeast, and then translate into teaspoons. Oh no, 5 tablespoons of yeast. Okay. So I have my tablespoon right here.
Well, there's one in the
that's
yeast.
right, there's one already in there, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then according to the recipe, in the back of this book, they even ask you to put more. But I think that for whole grain, it doesn't have to be puffy. This is, I think it worked for me. And then I throw 2 tablespoons sugar in there to help the yeast go bubbly faster. Okay? But some people don't even do that. They just, so, not much. The reason I've been using honey, I've experimented so much in baking that I find that the honey actually preserves. It's like almost like a preservative to the bread. So my bread stays fresher for like, 2 weeks. We'll have the loaf right here in the counter. Okay, so now I have to put at least half a cup of warm liquid, which I do have. I have a hot water here. Put a little hot water. And make sure it's not too hot. If it's too hot, I add a little bit cold water. Need a little bit more. So it's like half a cup, okay? Because I only using 1/4 a cup just a second ago. But you do have to be careful with the liquid you throw in, because several times I have too much wet, and that really messed up the recipe. Okay, so this way you are, you're sure that you didn't do too much. Okay, so you just let this sit, and yeah, it's perfect. It's not too hot. So I like it not to, I like it to mix it up. I don't know how other people do their bread without mixing their yeast, but